Okay, what about now? Hey, everybody, thank you for coming through. We finna get started. Still no sound. That's there. That sound on. This sound. Let me go in the back. Let me go in the back. Let me check the sound back here. Audio. Test. Okay, what about now? You can. Yes, it. Yes, it can. Okay, here we go. Hey, everybody, welcome. Come through. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome, X. Thank you for coming through as usual, as always. I am your host. Okay, okay, yeah. Make sure that I'm not screaming, okay? Because when I go back and listen to the replay, it's like that I'm yelling. Hey, you guys, welcome. I'm your host, Dozy. We've been together for the last. I can't. Okay, we've been together for the last what 3 or 4 weeks now. We're gonna do this thing because I got some things that came in over the weekend. And anyway, I like to basically like try to deal with Diddy on Diddy days. All the other days I play around like the weekend and try to do something according to everything else that's going on in the news. I thank you again for coming through right now. At this time, we're gonna go over here, y'all. This is on the sex trafficking. We're gonna go over here and talk to. We're gonna see what CNN got, and then we're gonna start. I got some notes here. Then in fact, we let me get this out. I got some notes here. Then in fact, what happened a Thursday trial, and I'm gonna put it up. I was looking for it last night, but y'all, I'm thinking I had got some rest. I woke up at 5 a.m. this morning. From the time I left the computer, I felt dead to the bed. Praise the Lord. Okay, here we go. Let me go in here. Let's get this here. Ah. Okay. Hold on a second. Because they is on right now. Uh, this is what we are expecting one day, 1 hour, plan federal. Huh? Okay, now we also go right here. Hold up one second. Hold up a second. Uh, okay, wait a minute. Hold up a second. Okay, I'm finna. We gonna do what we do. How you doing? Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me make sure we all set, ready to go. Thank you all. 27 coming in here, knocking at the door. It's X. Hold 1 second. Let me get us going here. Let's see what the hell's going on out here in the street. How's everybody doing? Good morning. Happy New Week. Hope everybody had a great Memorial Day yesterday. Okay, let's go. This is basically here at the courthouse. This is what they've been on now. Let me get you hooked up here. They've been on now for how long? 79 minutes. We just not coming on. Dovi, is your cash app ending in? Yeah, D Milton 04. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, thank you. Okay, let me get here. Let me put it right here. Thank all the wonderful people that was here for all the happy birthday wish. Thank you. It feels good to be 58. Woo! Okay, here we go. Go to the Cash App there. Those that like to support. Let's see. Where we gonna go from here? Let me get some. This is just rest. Okay, this is just at the in front of the courthouse down there in northeast down northeast Manhattan to the federal courtroom down there. This is at the front. We're gonna go through this. It's a lot of things that gonna happen and transpire with the paperwork that came out that come out from Thursday, and a lot of things that don't hit that inner circle press don't put out. So anyway, those things that we're gonna look at, and also too, I will be putting it on my community wall as I get it. I mean, I'm sort of kind of hard behind. I've been putting stuff on the community wall. I'm sort of kind of behind on with the paperwork that came in last night, yesterday. Hold on a second. I was done. Hold on a second. Let's go somewhere. Okay. Okay.
Had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
They had a recording of Meek and Diddy
making love.
Yeah, I don't know if it was love.
They want to make it. They want to make it so badly. You get these vulnerable people. Parents are letting you do this because they want to make it so badly. Yeah. And then you record them probably and say, if you do anything, we got this on you.
You know, go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody.
For years, Justin Bieber stayed quiet while the world watched him go from a YouTube kid to a full-blown global superstar. But behind that glow-up, something way darker was brewing. Now, with lawsuits stacking up against Sean Diddy Combs and big names dropping shocking claims, Justin's finally cracking that silence wide open. What he's starting to reveal is straight up unsettling. In just the past few weeks, rumors have exploded into full-blown fan theories. Old clips are flooding back online, and Justin's complicated past with Diddy, it's getting dissected like never before. But this ain't just about awkward interviews or weird vibes. It's about what Justin may have seen with his own eyes. Word is, Justin's dropping names, rappers and celebs that Diddy allegedly got involved with. Usher, Meek Mill, and more. And these aren't just some wild guesses either. Some of these guys have already had their own suspicious ties to Diddy, like Meek's leaked clip, and now it's all clicking together. Fans who once ignored the strange party stories and weird interactions, they're waking up. Something real shady might have been going on, and Justin ain't staying quiet anymore. He even posted a video that lit the internet on fire. Him casually eating pizza right as Diddy's ex Cassie took the stand in court. People are convinced it wasn't random. It was a straight up message. Even Liz Crokin, yep, the same one tied to Pizzagate, jumped in, pointing out that Justin's video looked like it was filmed on a surveillance camera. The same type of setup Diddy allegedly used to record wild parties, then for blackmail. Now that's got everyone looking sideways. Justin's dropping.
Here we go. Last week when Justin did this here, okay, yeah, he looked like he was in a surveillance room, all right? And he was there eating pizza. He was moving all around, and, you know, basically that we was watching him. Yes, Justin was sending out a signal. That signal that Justin was sending out, that I am watching, and I'm eating my pizza, and I'm ready to talk. I'm not running no more. I'm eating my pizza, and of course, I got this is surveillance. Ain't that I'm afraid of you because it didn't fit with my voice. I'm not afraid of you, but I am watching. So anyway, for what I gather from this here, this is basically what Justin is Justin is saying. I'm not afraid no more. I'm gonna sit here. I'm watching the trial, and I'm gonna eat my pizza. And by him eating the pizza, let me tell you, it's some kind of not only saying that he wanted pizza, but that that's still not basically a signal. Is that you remember Pizzagate? That's what it is. Y'all, this is a mess. This is mess. And I'm telling you, I think so a lot of times why I could not rest this weekend, because I basically had a lot of this on my mind and basically like putting pieces together and things like that. So anyway, this is basic. Yeah, this is basic is something else. It's a shame how that we want our kids to make it to the top so fast, because we as the parent did not prepare for our children's future when we want to start having children, that they will have a future. For their future can be better than ours, that what our family parents didn't do. So we push them on. Yes, he can sing, push them on for to make it convenience for us. This is a shame. I just shake my damn head. Here we go, y'all. Let's work it. Then we're going to get into that.
Claims that hit way deeper than anybody expected. Claims that hint he was exposed to things no kid should have ever seen.
Right.
Sleepovers with twisted rules. Being forced to watch things he didn't understand. And the sick power plays happening inside Diddy's inner circle. It's giving nightmare. For years, people clowned Justin for his teen breakdowns, his wild outbursts, the drug rumors, the spirals. But now, fans are realizing all that chaos might have been real trauma boiling over. And the wildest part, this might just be the beginning. It didn't start with Justin, it started way back with Usher. Before the platinum plaques and sold out tours, Usher was just a kid chasing a dream. Discovered by music executive L.A. Reid, he got scooped up by Layface Records for his talent. But talent alone didn't open all the doors. There were rules, silent ones. You had to impress the power players, and Diddy, he was at the top of that list. So what did they do? They threw Usher, still a teen, straight into Puffy's world, packed his bags, moved him into Diddy's place. The excuse? Mentorship. Teach him the industry, build the brand, learn from the top. But according to Usher's own words from past interviews,
Moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
what went down
My
wasn't
God.
anything close to normal mentorship. Whatever he lived through during that time, it clearly left a mark. At first, Usher thought he hit the jackpot. Big names, wild energy, and VIP access to the music game. He was soaking it all in like a sponge. But real quick, that dream started twisting into something else, something way more
Let's
uncomfortable.
go.
He started
I don't
noticing
like
stuff
you guys
that
know
didn't sit
all that.
right.
We already
Late
know
night
that.
parties that felt off.
Jennifer, let's go
Strangers
right here, see what's going on.
Switching the feeds.
Here we go.
She's on the stand.
Let's go.
All right, so we're getting into a sidebar right now. What happens? Sidebar going. Okay, we're back. We're back 40 seconds ago. Who did Mr. Combs say the drugs were for? He said, not me. Did you get them? Yes. Through the Spanish security guard.
Ooh.
He also got prescription drugs in my name.
There we go.
They were in the toiletry bag I'd carry for security. Drugs.
Oh, okay. Here we go. I got it now.
All right.
Okay, let's put it.
talking
Let's
about?
pause it. Now I got where we are at right now. What he's talking about, I have it right here. Let me see this. I wish I ain't had all. I wish I ain't had to go through all this. Dropping one and then got to pull up the other share screen. It's got to be a better way. Screen share is easy with two monitors. That is what. Okay, I'll get back with that in a minute. Okay, let's get back. Let's get where he is. We finna follow through where this here is on. I'm picking up my story from Inner Press. Yeah, Inner Press. That's why I'm picking up my Inner City Press. That's why I'm picking up my news from. Everybody have where they going to get their news that people is already in the courthouse. So right now I'm gonna drop down. We are somewhere down here with 2 hours ago. Let's get to it. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what is going on. Yes, I do. I feel, boy, I woke up, it was like 5 a.m. And I just, only thing I can do is just pray. Just pray. Thank God. My God. Here we go. Let's see where we at. We going down here to the bottom. Let me see, 2 hours ago. How we going to do this here? May 24th, 2 hours ago. Let's see where we are at. Okay, now we at 1 hour ago. Now I'm going, why I'm going down like this here? Okay. Okay. Okay, I got to put on here. This is okay, yes, now we're right. Here we are. We are let me see, make sure you guys see me. You guys okay? You guys can hear me, right? Okay, let me get right in here. Okay, we is over here, and today is the 27th, and what day is counting that today is day number 10. Let's let's do it. Okay, right now for what it's saying on for the inner city press, their thread, U.S. versus Cone day 10, starting with ruling on testimony of Captain Coin Clark. The others, I guess, a DNA in Kids Cudi burnt car investigator. This is basically gonna take you back what's going on into Kids Cudi car and Jimmy Jean in the city press. Jimmy Jean, he the one was an investigator identified with Kids Cudi car. Okay, let's move up. Okay, and then if you want to know, okay, no, that's in fact with it. Let's go on up. We moving here. I should have gone. Okay, here we go. Well, right now we going back from an hour ago until they bring us on up. Hold up, wait a minute, hold on a second. Okay, it says right now it say it say so glad this is back on. Diddy mom entering the courtroom. Okay, here we go. We are covering. Okay. 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 Here we go. Good morning, y'all. It's saying, why I'm going up like this? Okay, hold on a second. Let me go up like this here. Y'all, we gonna this is from the 22nd. Hold on a second. This is from the 22nd. Okay, let me go down here. Okay, we're gonna go down. We're gonna scroll down. This took place 2 hours ago. This is it look like this is another judge here, right? Let me see. Matter of fact, we still right here on Diddy case. Let me see. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, we still on it. Okay, this is judge. Is that another judge? This is the judge. I see you burnt the midnight oil over the weekend. What about the DNA in question? The state investigated Jim Menez, known of his extreme knowledge. Judge, this is now that is what the state there. Now here's the judge. But did not he ask for it as a DNA test was done? The state says no, not the result. Let's keep on moving. Down below 2 hours ago, the state said yes, there was a partial profile from the glass bottle in the car. That's what the forensic said. Okay, but the investigator does not know what that means. But there you go, the judge. You don't object to report on coming only what Mr. Adafilio will ask. Here go the state. We don't object to the report coming in. Here goes Sean Cohen, Adafilio. That is Sean Adafilio. That's Sean lawyer. Yeah. He got the results back. It's the DNA come back with Sean Combs' DNA. DNA, the investigator. This is the investigator from Sean's side. The DNA, this investigator would have done it in a different direction, but it was constantly with a female tribunal judge. So this was not whether the result was accurate, only the impact. Okay, this is what they talking about. They talking about they identified with Kid Cudi car. Kid Cudi, that is what they did. When they identified the Kid Cudi car and identified with the DNA come back. With the DNA come back that it was showing print that was in the car. This is what we had. This is what was taking place this morning. Okay, let's see what we got. Judge, this is Judge. I'm going to overrule the object, but I hear you at the sidebar after direct. Okay, this is the judge telling them, talking to both attorneys. He go to state this DNA issue can mislead the jury. This is what the state is saying to the judge. Abafiro, that's Sean's slaughter. We could prove this up through the syringes. That's what I'm trying to say. Syringes. This is a fair game for this witness. Judge, for now the objection is overruled. Okay, David. This part here is basically what they was trying to get. This part here, they do not. This part here, where they do not trust. The state don't trust what Sean, Diddy, Arafiro, what they have. So anyway, the state said that would throw the jury off from for what they have. So anyway, the judge called for a sidebar with that. They trying to get down here. What's going on with that car? Did he do it? It's too much on this damn boy for him to walk away from this stuff like this here. Come on, y'all. Here we go. Judge, what about the summary chart? When are they being offered? Here go the state. Here go the state. What I mean by the state, there's you guys know who I'm talking about. Some early next week, other along with our second to last witness before we rest our case. Okay, judge, bring in the bank and judge, bring in the bank and the phone record and text is okay, but some text threads are already in. Threads are already in. Okay, this is identified with. The state is talking to the judge. Okay, the state, y'all know I'm trying to say the feds. Okay, the state, the summary chart will save time as they did in the ex-senator Bob Menendez case. Okay, here we go. This is what's the case right here. Mendez, this is what they was talking about, how that they can do this thing and to make it go a little faster. One don't trust the other. Okay, here we go. Judge, this is the judge. They leave us with the objection to Dr. Hugh. Is the U.S. going to respond? Here go the state. Yes. Judge, submit your response by tomorrow. Okay? That is basically what happened right now. That is the judge talking with the state. Okay. Now, this here was on docket. This here came in here. Diddy Doc, Saturday night edition. Sean Combs moved to exclude as per Don Hugh testified as on May 24th. Why it had to be on my birthday? On May 24th, Sean, on May 24th, Combs, Shapiro filed to exclude Dr. Hewitt testimony as a in bucket. Prosecutor could use this eight-page filing here. Okay. This is what they went down Saturday night that I see. This is the paper that was going down, that what they was having. And I was seeing everybody reading it, but I just was out of tact before I fall on my face. Okay, here we go, Judge. Y'all, this is how this is lined up. This is how this is lined. Now, as to Mr. Minso testified, which seemed like an opinion, how is this omission give the requirement of Rule 701? State, that's the Fed, state, we like to look at the case submitted by the defendant, then put it in a letter. Judge, okay, bring in the jury. Here we go. They was talking at the sidebar before the jury come in. Now here we go. Jury enter the room. Welcome back. Call your next witness. That's what the judge told them. Okay, here's the state. The government called Captain Cohen Clark. Okay. Where did you grow up? Where did you grow up? Captain Cohen Clark saying, I was born in San Francisco. I moved in LA, worked for Def Jam, then Death Row Records as the late 90s gangster rapper label. Well, them rappers stay this up. Y'all, we working on this one. We going back now. At least that we basically we get so well. Okay. The state says, what was your relationship to Suge Knight? Captain Cohen say, he is the father of my friend's child. The state say, when you work for Sean Combs? Captain Cohen say, yes, he is over there in Then you work for Sean Combs. Captain Cohen say, yes, he is over there in a blue sweater. I was working for him from 2004 to 2012. And then here we go. The state say, were you kidnapped? And then Captain Cohen says, yes. Here we go. State say, when did you first meet Combs? Captain Cohen say, when I moved to New York in 2002, we was a super platonic friend through our friendship. A head hunt said I should work with him as a personal assistant, and I did until 2006. The state say your duty. Captain Cohen say shadow him from wake up. That means that when he get up in the morning, be there and put his bedroom shoes on and all that type of stuff there, and walk behind him as he go all through there. This goddamn boy is sick. Okay, here we go. The state says, then what? Captain Cohen say, head of the women for Sean Jean. Okay, how long? The state asked. A year, then global brand direct for Sean Combs. Named like what is that? What man? Like a names like Douglasing to grow the brand. Okay, I got it. Then I was terminated until 2016 for Cassie. That stands for Cassandra. That is Cassie. Okay, I always say Cassidy. Let me correct it. It's Cassie. Okay. Okay. The state saying, did you work in this building? Photo of Bad Boys record office. Captain Cohen. Now I'm gonna call Captain Cohen Clark. Because it's Captain Cohen. It's Captain Cohen Clark. Okay, let me do that. Like Clark said, yes, we moved there in 2005. State say, your first day, where did Sean Combs take you? It says that to Central Park after dark, along with Uncle Paula, and he looked like a linebacker. Okay. The first, y'all, come on, somebody. The first time when him and Sean, they got together and they went to, and Sean took him on his first day, they went to Central Park at dark. Damn. What a way to bring somebody in. Okay. After that, the state say, does this photo look like him? Clark says, no, he does not have on a black out shadow. He wore all the time. Okay. Then the state say, what did Cone tell you in the park? Clark says, I'm glad that they did it like that because they got all this. Clark said, that since I would work for Chud Night. If anything happened, he might have to kill. Oh, he gonna have to KILL me. Eject. Okay, here we go. This is all what happened this morning. This is when he went out to the park. When he went out to the park with Sean took him out to the park. Sean and Polly, they took him out to the park and to Central Park, and he let him know, since you had worked for Suge Knight, if anything happened to me, I'm gonna have to take you out of here. The judge say, overrule, proceed. The state say, how did you take it? Clark say, seriously. Clark say, seriously. The state say, how did you react? Clark say, I said, I did not have anything to do with that stuff. Eject. Judge say, sustain. Judge say, sustain. Miss Sterling. Okay, I think so. This is the one that, this is the part of, this is another one of the lawyers from the state. They are doing this in. What was Paula Rude? Let me see what happened. Wait a minute. Oh, let's see. The person that went out to the park with them, right? He was the state asked him what was Paula role was. Okay, and let me see, how did they put this here on here? Let me see. Okay, that there's something else came in, like a commercial came up in there like that. Let me see. Okay. Okay, let me go on back. Let me see how that we doing to make sure we all caught up. Okay, now we all caught up. Let's go back up here. Okay, we all caught up. Now we are back here. Okay, we is all caught up right now. Okay. Hi, good morning, everybody. We is all caught up now. We is all caught up for what had come out this morning, and they are 2 hours in there. So anyway, nothing else have not dropped. So I brought us all up to date. So what I'm gathering is that they went to the park, a new employee. He was from California. Then he went to LA. Then he came down here with Def Jam, Bad Boy, Def Jam, and all them rapping. You know what they do up there? Okay. Y'all follow me. Anyway, someone told him, say, hey, you need to get over there and get with Sean and be his begging call. He said that he was Diddy's shadow. From the time that Diddy gets up to the time Diddy go to bed, he was his shadow. That means everything based on what Diddy wants, so forth and on, he was there. Hold on a second. I see something coming through. Where are we? Let's go over here 1 second. Okay, let's go over here. This is just something that is coming in from... Okay. We are day 10. Let me get in here. We are up to date what's going on. I'm trying to get Let me see how I could. I'm trying to get right here with CNN, and they are doing their thing. One day. No, I'm not looking for one day. I'm ready to get right here with CNN right here. Where are we at? This day 20 hours ago. No, 5 days ago. No, we are not there. Trying to pull us up in here to get us together. Let's go. I don't see nothing different with the court. Let me see. Third week. Okay, we are here. Here we go. How you doing today? Okay, let me get in here. Get in here. Take this down here. This is where we at with CNN News.
To her not
Woo!
consenting at all. That's the question the jury will have to decide.
Many more witnesses this week. Joey Jackson, CNN legal analyst, thank you. Of like, not she deserved it, but did she want it? Did
Let's
she
go. I'm going to drop down
Is
here.
that surprising in what is essentially a RICO trial?
So what happens is that it is RICO, and RICO is usually used, right, in terms of getting mobsters and others who run criminal syndicates and bringing them to justice. Here you have it used against Sean Combs. But in addition to that, Audi, what you have sex trafficking allegations. Now, in order for the government to get to the issue of sex trafficking, of course, it makes it federal because it's across state lines. Was this occurring in New York? Was it occurring in Florida, California, internationally, in fact? So they have to show that to make it federal. But you also have to show force or coercion. And so the reason that you have this battle, you have this psychologist,
I can hear. Okay,
this
she can
whole
hear.
issue of whether it was forced or whether it was not, is because in order to get to trafficking, you have to show the element of coercion.
Okay.
And so that's the battleground here. If the defense shows that it was consensual and a freaky lifestyle, it's one thing. It's not guilty. If it's shown by the government that it was forced, it was coercive, and it was because of this abusive and controlling relationship, it gets you to another place. And that's why even in the Me Too generation and movement, we're hearing a lot about intentions, a lot about her intentions, a lot about the money she collected from him in a $20 million settlement, money that she got from the hotel with respect to this incident. And that's the real critical issue, is whether the government can show this coercive behavior that led to her not consenting at all. That's the question the jury will have to decide.
Many more witnesses this week. Joey Jackson, CNN legal analyst, thank you.
Of course. Thank you, Addie.
The prosecution and the defense, they sparred over the testimony of a forensic psychologist.
Here we
Prosecutors
go.
also released dozens of new photos seen by the jury, revealing what police seized in the raid on Diddy's Miami Beach mansion. And the judge signed an immunity order to force Diddy's former executive assistant to testify. But here's the big question tonight. Will the jury, the actual jury, connect the dots between the explanation of a trauma bond and the world that Cassie Ventura said that she lived in? The prosecution called psychologist Don Hughes to explain why Cassie may have stayed in an abusive relationship with Diddy for years. The judge had already ruled that she could not talk about coercive control, but she could discuss more broadly why victims may choose to stay in violent relationships or feel like they could not leave them. Hughes testified, quote, "When you're getting unpredictable abuse and unpredictable love, that creates this intermittent cycle. It's like a slot machine." She went on to say, you keep going back because you want that good feeling. They want that good partner that they fell in love with, and that becomes an immense trauma bond.
Okay.
Now, the defense repeatedly pointed out how Hughes had not reviewed any evidence in this case. More on that in a moment. But on redirect, the prosecutor finished with what you might call a kind of a legal
Good morning,
mic drop.
everyone.
She asked Hughes if she'd been retained broadly by defense attorneys. She said, yes, of course. The prosecutor then asked, in fact, have you previously been retained by any of the defendant's attorneys here in this case?
Okay.
She responded, yes, I have. Now, she wasn't saying that it was actually this matter with Sean Diddy Combs, but the defense attorney she's talking about was Brian Steele. And his legal team later said that Steele, in a different case, chose not to use Hughes as a witness in that case that he was on at the time. And the client that he was dealing with was a victim of domestic violence.
Okay. Okay, you guys, this is from CNN. So it's okay identify with CNN for me to correspond and react or what is going on. The notes that what they going over, that's the transcript from what they had already had on taken last week. That is the court paper. We don't have that out. What I have read to you this morning, is what was said this morning so far. I am watching it very close over here on inner city press. As they get it, I get it over you. That's who I'm pulling my stuff from. And also too, I am following CNN. So let's keep going. Right now we up to date of what's going on. Here we go. We are in third week and day 10.
Herself. Now, that testimony will be a lot for the jury to unpack and try to pull apart. So will all the evidence taken from Diddy's mansion in Miami Beach just last year. Police seized parts of AR-15s. Some had their serial numbers scratched off. They found a loaded handgun. There were high heels, a lot of them. Also bottles and bottles of Astroglide and baby oil and lubricant. And police discovered an assortment of drugs, including ketamine and cocaine and MDMA. The special agent in charge of that raid testified about all of it, including 6 people on the property who were briefly put in handcuffs. Now, the last witness of the day was Diddy's former executive assistant, George Kaplan. Now, he tried to plead the fifth to protect against self-incrimination, but the judge, by granting him immunity, paved the way for him to actually go on the stand. And once he got on the stand, he testified about getting his boss drugs at times. He testified about setting up and cleaning up Diddy's hotel rooms. He stocked them with clothing and candles and liquor and baby oil. He bought some of these room supplies, he says, with his corporate credit card and cleaned up the rooms after Diddy left before the maid service came in. Now, why do that? Why do it before the maid service comes in? Well, because Kaplan put it this way. Protecting him and protecting his public image was very important, and that was something I was very keen on doing. Now, Cassie testified that Kaplan quit after seeing Diddy abuse her. Now, we haven't heard that from him yet, but he is back on the stand in the morning. And you know who else prosecutors plan to call? Rapper Kid Cudi. Recall that Cassie testified that she was once in a relationship with him, and that sent Diddy spiraling into a jealous rage. Back with us tonight, CNN's Elizabeth Wagmeister, who witnessed all the testimony in court with me today, been following along so closely. So talk to me about this forensic and clinical psychologist. I mean, it was very pivotal for her to come in and try to explain this looming question of why might someone stay? Because Cassie's credibility might be questioned for those who don't understand why.
This was a pivotal witness for the prosecution because these sex crimes, they can be very confusing for a jury. There's a lot of gray area. This is not black and white. So she came on to testify to some of the behaviors that are common among all trauma victims, whether that is a victim of domestic violence, of sexual abuse, even of something totally unrelated to this. And that was key for the prosecution because she said, I am not related to this trial. I have not met with anyone. I have not met with the defendant, Sean Combs. I have not met with any of the government's witnesses, such as Cassie. So she came into this, what she said, as a blind witness, but she did corroborate what Cassie and some other witnesses have said. For instance, there was one part that really stuck out to me, Laura, when I was sitting there in the courthouse. She said that, quote, it may be curling up in a ball on the floor. That was something that she explained for a common behavior that could be seen by a victim of domestic violence, basically saying they may curl up on a ball on the floor so that they basically stop the violence that is happening to them. Now, why this stood out to me is because I remembered that this was very similar to what Cassie testified to what we saw in the video that our team at CNN broke, that hotel surveillance video when she curled up in the fetal position. And we went back to some other testimony. Dawn Richard, you remember her, she said about Cassie, quote, she went into the fetal position. The security guard, Israel Flores from the hotel, said Cassie was bundled up in the corner. And Carrie Morgan, who was Cassie's best friend and testified to corroborate her account, she said, quote, she was like a loose fetal position. So I do wonder if the jury connected those dots of this psychologist to say, even though she's not talking about Cassie, that sounds familiar. And maybe now I understand more some of the behaviors of Cassie.
And there were a lot of objections, almost as if her vocabulary was so precious because of those details that the defense did not want that jigsaw puzzle to come into full view if they were relating to that. There was also moments, though, when the psychologist, talked about the coping mechanisms that are used and how one decides to tell about the abuse, and also about the returning to the relationship. Describe to me a little bit about the way in which she talked about a domestic abuse victim not feeling as though they could escape, even if they wanted to.
Yeah, so she said that a lot of domestic violence victims, they can feel trapped in the relationship. That is the word that she used. She said that these relationships often begin with love.
This is for an educational purpose.
Can want that love. They are yearning for that. So that could be one reason why they come back. Another reason is
right. She
explained
yes, that is true. They want that love.
Will control all the finances in a relationship, and that is their way to control the victim. This was another aha moment for me, a light bulb moment where I said, that's what Cassie testified to. Looking down at my notes from court, Cassie said that Diddy controlled her rent, her cars, her clothing, her travel, and even cash. So again, I wonder if the jury said, that sounds familiar.
There's a lot more to unpack, including that next witness, George Kaplan, who will be back on the stand tomorrow. An assistant will unpack that. I want to talk to our great legal minds as well. So follow me over to the table because we've got some really great conversations ahead. We have got defense attorney Joey Jackson, who is with us today. Also, former assistant U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York, where, of course, this trial is taking place, Jennifer Rogers, and defense attorney, of course, Stacey Schneider is here as well. All right, we got a lot to unpack, so let's get right into it. And I want to begin with you, Jennifer. This is your old office.
Thank you.
You heard from the expert witness, Dawn Hughes, this psychologist who was testifying as a blind expert, meaning she did not know Diddy, didn't know Cassie Ventura, and she was trying to paint a picture in general terms. How does this play for a jury? Because I got to tell you, there were so many objections today, keeping her on the tightest of leashes. She couldn't get into many things. It had to be generalized.
Yeah, I think it's really powerful. I mean, I think the reason you saw so many objections is because the defense realized that the jury was making those connections that Elizabeth was just talking about, right? They're saying, oh, credit cards, oh, rent, financial control. Yeah, we heard all of that from Cassie Ventura. So there's no question it's very helpful for the government's case, harmful to the defense's case. I was a little surprised to see it, to be honest. I haven't seen that kind of testimony come in very often. So
why are you surprised? Because they even let it in? Or
exactly. I think it's really, really uncommon. I haven't seen anything like it before. I mean, an expert usually does that case, right? Looks at the documents in your case.
Okay, let's go here. Let me go here and say this here. Control. As you see exactly what they are saying, dealing with the expert last week. With that, Sean is controlling the money, right? Did she ever ask him anything about the money when she gonna get paid? I have not heard that, because that with Sean being there and paying for everything for her, it's like a control situation. Like, hey, this my man. Let me see how the show coming on the stage. How I'm on the. This is my man. I can put that up here. Come on, yeah. This is my man, and he controls everything, and he buys everything for me. All right. Basically, what they're saying is that, hell, I'm spending your money. I ain't gonna spend my money. Your own money gonna take care of me and all this other stuff what I got going on. Cause long as that we are together, I'm paying for everything. And with you being so excited, with her being so excited to be around Sean, she let it be. Cause that she keep coming back. It's that control. Sometimes women put themselves in that spot.
Necessary interviews the witnesses in your case to draw on and to then.
But there
give their
are
opinion.
subject matter experts, right, who could maybe talk about more broadly. But you're saying what was odd was that she had not reviewed, had not talked to these people. And what's the intimation that by failing to do so, she was overgeneralizing and therefore not having credibility? Because that's what the defense wants to go with.
Yeah, so this is a big deal. And to Jen's point, if I'm the judge, I don't allow it at all. Now, it's a game changer. Why? Because I think inquiring minds want to know, right, what was the coercion? If this is about sex trafficking and not a freaky relationship, it's about the fact that I coerced you to do this,
But
not
you
of
can
your
talk
free
about
will.
coercion.
Yes, I get it. But inferences are drawn. If you're controlling everything, if you're behaving as a victim in this way, if you feel in love with someone and you have this mold of a person, right, who, if you're a victim of this violence, you tend to act this way. What is the inference that's going to be made, right? A duck by any name is a duck. And so the reality is what does the defense have to rely on? The defense has to rely on the fact that you did not interview this specific witness. Not every witness is the same. We don't live in a cookie cutter society. You never met, right, a defendant who you testified for. You're always testifying for the victims. You're a hired gun in this particular situation. You've met with the prosecutors multiple times, and you've coordinated your testimony such that those dots can be connected. That's the defense argument. But the fact that she testified, very powerful for the prosecution. And if the jury draws those inferences of coercion, there is problems in Diddy land.
It is gearing up to be another big week in the Sean Combs sex trafficking trial. Testimony set to resume tomorrow, with another one of Combs' former assistants taking the stand. Last week concluded with rapper Kid Cudi, who testified about his brief relationship with Cassie Ventura. Kid Cudi said he was concerned for her safety as well as his own. He described the time when he says a jealous Combs broke into his home, locked his dog in a bathroom, and opened its Christmas gifts. The jury also saw photos of Kid Cudi's charred Porsche. Cudi testified he knew Combs had something to do with that damage. Joining me now, defense and trial attorney Misty Maris and former U.S. prosecutor Sarah Krisoff. Sarah and Misty, thank you so much for being here on Memorial Day, no doubt, when you could be doing a lot of other things. I'm going to start with you, Sarah.
No, this is
when
all
we saw this testimony from Kid Cudi, how impactful and important?
Okay, you guys, basically what they are doing, they're doing rundown because we don't have nothing else. I'm in a city. They don't have nothing else that came out yet. As they get stuff, they would drop it. Let me go over here and see what is going on. Do we have anything, in fact, that came out from the last 2 hours? That's what they are at, and that's where I'm at. They just recapping from last week, just to base it, keep bringing us up to date and how everyone was dealing with that cross-examination in the courtroom last week. Hold up one second. Let me see. I'm going to bring it up and see how is we doing. Did we get anything yet? Thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming through. Oh, la. Let me see. Okay, let me see. Do we got anything else that came through? Okay. No, we still where we left off yet. Okay, wait a minute. Hold up. I see. Okay. No. Okay. No, we there. We at the 3 hours. Let me see. Okay. Wait a minute. Hold up. Now we got something that came in. I don't know something that I had on got to just here. Didn't hear it's from. Okay. Yeah. Didn't hear it was from 3 hours. We are yet to report incoming. Hold up a second. Okay, let me see. Let me see. There was a partial profile class probably. Okay, yeah. We is up to date. Where are we here? Y'all, I'm over here talking. Yeah, we are up to date based on what is going on. Okay. So anyway, I had checked over there. Let me get you guys so you can continue to listen to this here. I don't have no kind of problem with CNN. They will not strike me or nothing. And only by the basis I got approval of the Gene Deal and Tisha Tales. Okay, we're going to see Tisha in a minute ago. She put on a good act. Hold on 1 second. Let's go.
Was it for the words that came out of his mouth in the stand, but also they've had the whole weekend to sit with it?
Yeah, so the prosecution is trying to build the racketeering case, particularly through Kid Cudi, and hopefully from their viewpoint with witnesses to come. So I think that's been the area where there's been the least amount of testimony so far, but they're going to build that block by block and trying to, convince the jury there was some sort of enterprise and all of these people that were around Combs trying to cover up the crimes that were committed in furtherance of that enterprise.
Misty, as far as how the defense is handling some of this explosive testimony from Kid Cudi, who was very strong on the stand, according to our reporters who are in there watching this every single day, how is the defense handling itself so far?
Well, first of all, explosive is the perfect word because the main point of that testimony from the prosecution's perspective was the Molotov cocktail that Kid Cudi says it was Combs and his affiliates, his associates, who blew up his car. And that is part of the predicate crimes prosecutors are seeking to establish of arson, which goes towards racketeering. But Sarah, I was actually in the courtroom for Kid Cudi's testimony, so I saw it. He was a great witness, but the defense was able to chip away at his testimony on cross and establish that he had no direct information. He didn't see anybody. There were no cameras. There was never an arrest. Basically throwing a little bit of doubt as to whether or not he could really say it was Combs or someone associated with Combs who actually did that damage to his car. So the defense did a good job. He also said that Cassie played him. This was his testimony, and that she was living a double life by dating both himself and Combs. Now, that speaks to her autonomy in the situation.
We know. We know Dylan with Cassidy, how did she get down? Okay.
Yeah, one of those moments that Kid Cudi had was saying that he saw Combs standing outside after that car was burned, looking like a supervillain, standing there with his hands behind his back. But I am curious about some of this coming in. There was no police report, there was no investigation, there was no arrest of Sean Diddy Combs at the time. Were you surprised that came in, that the judge allowed that testimony and those pictures?
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's more to come on this because it was.
Okay, here we go. Let's go right here.
On behalf of Kid Cudi.
Let's go. Wait a minute, hold on. Take a little time. Because she basically got the same thing I got, but she's gonna that is Pam. Pam basically goes down and basically everybody basically is telling their parts of it. Let's see what happened.
Here we
go.
About how she was basically kidnapped herself. She's a direct witness to it. Soul Power and Tarot Training, thank you for the £10. She says, oh my God, Capricorn is serving some strongish Irish coffee with a side of explosive bombs today to the jury. Murad, your facial expressions are priceless. Thank you for all that you do. I mean, I'm genuinely shocked, guys.
Come through. Where we at? Y'all still here with me? We here?
I can't believe this is Capricorn Clark. This is the strongest testimony that we have had. This is the strongest testimony, guys, that we have had since the trial has begun.
Let's go. Hold on 1 second. You all right, boy? Go ahead.
Then who did you call? Regina Ventura, Cassie's mother. I told her, he's kicking the shit out of your daughter. I can't call the police, but you can. Why didn't you call the police? The mission of the day was to get Cudi, so no calling police, she said. That's crazy. Can you imagine a mother, Regina, not knowing what to do?
Hold on 1 second.
And your daughter's being kicked in by this man.
Did I tell you? Hold on 1 second. Back it up. Wait a minute. Hold it right down. We're going to come back to that. What did I tell you? Did we talk about this still last week? Didn't we talk about dealing back with those pictures that when Cassie told her mom to take the picture of her body and this, that, and other? What did her mom supposed to do? Didn't I tell you as a black mother, some white mother, but I don't know one yet. Didn't I tell you as a black mother, what we would have got? We would have got our peacemakers, probably would have called up our uncles and everybody else. We would go over there. We would have meet his ass, but on that way meeting Sean ass, we would have stopped by the damn police station and let you know, y'all better go and get a hand on this goddamn nigga, because y'all better get him before I get him. No, what did her mothers do? She didn't know what to do at the time. So you know what her mother did? Send her back over there to continue to get her ass beat and bring me back some more pictures so we can set his ass up, because we're going to need this here one day. Because I told y'all, Cassidy's mother had said that she did that. She got the pictures because that Cassidy told her mother to take the pictures. And also, too, Cassidy's mother said that she took the picture herself because she knew one day she was going to need them. Let's go here. Like I said, what could a mother do? I know what. Oh, go ahead. Go. Here we go. Play. Okay, he on pause. He just thinking.
Wow. Can you imagine just phoning the mother? And this is what the mother is saying. Natalia says, hello, Marauders. Not Capricorn Clark kidnapped and terrorizing and witnessing Cassidy physical abuse. I know, right?
You remember Capricorn got kidnapped? You remember?
I just know the internet's going to be on fire today when it comes to this conversation, because everybody's talking about this. The mission of the day was Kid Cudi not calling the police. This email, who is it from? Capricorn Clark says, Cassie, she wrote that she would be releasing tapes about me and he would have someone else hurt me and Kid Cudi. Do you recall if you responded to this? I don't. What? Capricorn Clark has confirmed. She wrote that Diddy will be releasing tapes about me. So basically, Diddy has tapes on Capricorn Clark. Sex tapes of Cassie. Okay, Cassie. Okay, Cassie. Okay, I was slightly confused.
Basically, he is going over some Capricorn Clark. They basically like rough draft
and law prosecution says, did law enforcement call you? Capricorn Clark says the arson investigators. Cudi had given them my name. I hung up on them. I just wanted this over. What did he say to you? He said, I should kill you, bees, and I should cut her face. This man is crazy, man. This man is crazy. He said, I should kill you, bees, and cut your face. That's blackmail.
Mm-hmm.
This man got tapes on everyone. What did he say to you? He said, I should kill you, bees, and I should cut her face. Blackmail. Blackmail. Okay. Blackmail. You understand? Drug trafficking, which has been confirmed. Kidnapping. Breaking and entering. Yeah. All of this is what she's testified today in regards to Diddy. She has corroborated Kid Cudi's story. She has come to give the best statement that we've had so far. And this is major.
Oh my God.
Okay. All of this is RICO. Everything she said is RICO. Organized crime. Now, Ruben, Roger Bonds, they need to come to the stand. Ruben, because I've been hearing your name way too much. Ruben, Roger Bonds, and Christina Coram, all three of you must come to the stand this week or next week or before this trial ends. Do you understand? Because your names are being mentioned way too much in this case.
Hold on a second. I don't know why I cannot get it's that is in my box, but let's see. You guys follow that along, and I'm gonna be following. Okay, you guys basic follow that right there, and I'm over here pulling up the other story dealing with inner city. What did he get? I only got the part that 2 hours ago. That's what I have.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. No, it definitely is.
Okay,
We got
he's
some
good.
Diddy fans in the live. I love that for you guys. Not the Diddy fans. How many times did Diddy? How many times did Mr. Combs threaten you? Capricorn Clark says, I'd say 50 times. D-Rock was there, just doubling down on whatever Diddy was saying in the moment. Who is Harvey Pierre, the president of Bad Boy Records? I told him that Diddy had kidnapped me. Again, she said it 3 times now. Kidnapped me. You know what, guys? Let me write my notes because this is a lot.
This whole thing is just totally damn sick. Y'all still there? Wait, hold on a second. One of my people. You guys still there? You know, this is something else. Well, you can type that than me. Okay. I'm over here on the other page with Inner City, trying to pull up the new what don't happen. Wait a minute. I had a 2-hour report. Let's see what happened now in 3 hours. Let's see what happened. Damn, boy, don't kill that damn oh Jesus. Don't kill it. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Okay, I have got my part. I had got my part now from Inner City. Basically where he's at, I got my part now. Woo, boy, this is something else.
London. Diddy would threaten to release tapes on Cassie.
Okay, let me go over here. Okay,
email.
let me go over here and
saw the email.
This just came out an hour ago. A grand total be dealing back like about 3 hours now.
Roger Bonds.
Ooh, God, my legs are killing. What is wrong with me? 1 minute, I'm cold. Ooh, boy, my legs. I gotta. Okay, wait. Here we go. Let's go over here.
A lot of people are saying that she will need protection. She probably will. A lot of you guys are saying, damn, he's tapping as fast as hell. That's just how I type, guys.
Okay, hold up a second.
Okay.
Here we go. Okay, we finna go over here. We going where the other news are at. Okay, hold on. Let's go right here. Let's stop this here. Here we go. We are going where he is at. This is what came out. Come on. This is what came out in an hour ago. Come on, Julia. Let's put this up here. Share screen. There we go. Gotta be a better way. Okay, this is what. Okay, here we go. How y'all doing today? This is what. Make sure y'all with me. Y'all right here. This is what Inner City Press came out just an hour ago. What he was reading. I just not got it. Okay, here we go. Let's go. Let's see what the hell is going on out here. And if that damn boy crazy as he want to be, let's go. Let's go from the top. Let me go from here. Let me see how I want it. Okay, here we go. Okay. The state. Did you lose benefit? Clark says. When I say Clark, that's Captain Coin. That's Captain Coin Clark. All of them healthful. Y'all, I'm going like backwards. Okay. Hold on a second. Let me, because I cannot go up because I wasn't here when they dropped it a few minutes ago. Hold on a second. Okay, let's hear him what he got to say. Let's go.
Going in for week 3 of the U.S. versus Sean Combs trial. We've covered week 1. We've covered week 2. In fact, on both we put out an ebook, audiobook. You can find them on Google Play. But so just now we actually wrote a story. We had on Thursday of week 1, we did a filing to Judge Subramanian saying, why are the various arguments being made by the parties in emails not going into the docket. This is unacceptable. And he agreed. And at least the defense put in their side of it on Memorial Day. And it included emails contesting about Chef Jordan Atkinson, about Don Hughes and Don Richard. Speaking of Don Hughes, there's also a filing by Alexandra Shapiro of the Combs legal team, the 10-lawyer legal team, saying that all of expert Don Hughes' testimony should be excluded because it was nothing but a Rorschach test, and it was impermissible and it was beyond the scope. Now, some people have said, she didn't even talk to Cassie Ventura, but she wasn't supposed to. She's an expert witness. But we'll see. I'm expecting that to be addressed in some ways as we get in. There's a few other things. Capricorn Clark will be testifying. Also, an LAPD or LA law enforcement, Jimenez, and the idea is going to be, can he testify about partial female DNA on the Molotov cocktail dropped into Kid Cudi's car? Doesn't seem that they're trying to say that he can't. The defense wants it in. So it's going to be a rip roar, and we're covering it as close as we can and getting as many documents as we can. And so watch this space. There's a few other cases actually happening here today, believe it or not. One is the congestion pricing case, and there'll be, beyond the festivities in the courtroom before Judge Lyman, there'll be several New York City elected officials here, including Brad Lander, current comptroller, vying for the mayor's race, among many others. Jumaane Williams, running for re-election as public advocate against Jennifer Rajkumar. Gerald Nadler, the slayer of Carolyn Maloney, whose daughter is running for a council seat. You can see over the weekend, got back into New York City politics, including witnessing Anthony Weiner.
Okay, here we go.
Former congressman, felon.
Okay.
Campaigning, resilient, coming back.
Okay, here we go. Let's go. Let me get that since when. How did we doing? I'm trying to get us where we are at. Okay, let's move on. Okay, hold on. We are at. I had put this here out here. Okay. Okay, we are. Okay, hold on, wait a minute. Okay, now we did that. Okay, for a book. Thank you for the courage. Or did the book available on Amazon? Let me see. Damn, boy, they dropping it real fast. Answer the email. Okay, hold up, you guys. Well, you gotta. I mean, you really do got to continue just to stay involved in this stuff here, cause just a little bit. Okay, here we go. Damn. Okay. Okay, then we already got God. Okay, that's didn't affect with Trump then. Okay, let's go. He is covering everything. Yes, to enter the third week of call, not counting the jury, but the prosecutor had not said they will arrest after the next 2 weeks. Okay, then rather than up to 4 more weeks, they still saying they expect a verdict. Okay, here we go. Now, okay, this is where we are at. Where are we at? Let's go back. Here we go. I don't call something now. Oh boy. Y'all, this is how that we have to do this thing, going back and forth, back and forth. I got all these other ones here just to know what is going on in the courtroom. Now here we go. This is what happened. Okay, here we go. Okay, this here happened. Oh, Okay, that was still in fact 14 hours ago. Okay. Okay. 5 hours ago. Indeed, unknown former chef. Okay, here we go. This one here is saying that is one of this Diddy well-known former chef on the list of witness? You asked. Yeah, okay, I got it. He is asking, no, he's asking the question from, let me put this in here. Okay, I'm following you. Okay. He's answered the question, so let me get on in here now. Okay, that's what he, well. Okay. Okay, here I go right here. Okay, this is I'm on track now. I'm with 4 hours. You remember I just read the 3 hours to you. Okay, in week 1, this is what Inner City Press was saying a few minutes ago about why that things wasn't put out, and the judge says to him, yeah, he was gonna check into it why things have not been put out yet. Okay, Inner City Press has said this is what took place. We did 3 hours. Now we on the 4th hour. This is in week 1. Inner City Press filed opposing that the email from each side is not being in the docket. That is what he was saying right here to us, y'all. I'm gonna put this here letter here on my community wall on Facebook, and also to here and on YouTube, and also on here so you guys can see it. This is just came up to me, even though it said 4 hours ago. I have to just stay focused on here. Okay, the judge agreed in order for them to file at the end of each week. All what's been going on, like what's on the docket, basically like giving them the what is on the docket. The judge would like Inner City Press, that's the press that dealing back with people like me and us out here. They want to know that why it have not put out there. They would like the paper at the end of the week so to let us know what's going on next week. Okay, so the judge said he don't know why it have not been did like that. So anyway, that is what Inner City Press was saying dealing back to the judge. So anyway, let's go. Let's read. We are 4 hours. You remember we called up 3 hours. Now this is the 4th. Okay, here we go. Among those dockets on Memorial Day, just about to delay into with chef. This is the chef, Jordan Austin. Storage and full docket is coming. So whatever that this is chef. The chef haven't got up there yet. Whatever that the chef gonna say, they're gonna have it. I'm gonna put all this here on my community wall. Okay, is one of Diddy well-known former chef on the list of witnesses? Yeah, Chef Jordan was slated to testify last week, but did not. There was a testimony that her arm being grabbed. Okay, y'all remember this here? Being grabbed. She being told to stay in her effing lane by David James. Okay, y'all remember? Hold up a second. Come back here. Come back here. Y'all remember Gene had said that. You remember Gene had the chef was going to go and get her father. Y'all remember coming? Y'all got to come and work with me a little bit. You remember the chef was going to go and get her father because that Sean came in the kitchen and basically like put his hand on her and told her to mind her effing business. That's what it said. Gene had already said that. Gene told the chef to no, don't go and get your father. Just go home for a couple of days. Take off for a couple of days. Remember, Gene said he told her that to do that. Okay, that's what's the one that we had heard this on Gene, and Gene was doing his interviews then. But yes, we had went over this here last week. Now it finally come into play right now. Let's go. Okay, so what the inner city had right here, the inner city press had right here. I'm going to put it on my community wall. Y'all help and support me, you guys. This is, okay, here we go. How y'all doing today? You still with me? Thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in and supporting. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. We finna go up. I got them. This is no problem. Looking forward to restarting a live coverage in a few short hours. Night blue skies in New York, and do a short vlog before testimony. Testimony begins at 9:30. And also to those that want the book and everything, did the fact that it's still coverage, it is available now. Okay, or what he don't cover it so far. Okay. Okay, we got them now. Stay in your effing lane. Okay. Okay, now we can go up. Okay, now we can move up. Okay. Okay, we already talked to the judge about that. Okay. Okay, we got the 2E and auto book of the first 2 weeks already. All just download them. Okay. Of course, it will be $4.99. Okay. That is coming from Inner City Press. Okay, and it is telling you about what is going on. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to drop this here right now over here with us. Oh, boy. Okay, I'm dropping this right now on my page right here. Come on. Okay. Hold on a second, you guys. I'm just dropping this information here. Okay, here we go. Go ahead. Go, 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 so I can go. Okay, it's there. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. I already did that. Let me get out of here now. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, you guys, sorry about that. I had to drop that over there on my okay, Kid Kirby already did that. Okay, we don't did that. We don't did that one there. Let me see. No break is light that I can support that. Okay. Let me see. Inner City Press said that yeah, buy him coffee. I don't share that on there. Okay. This is from the state. The state is talking to a Capricorn. Okay. This is basically like an hour ago. When did you last speak to Miss Ventura? That stands for Cassidy. Capricorn say in 2018. The state say, what about Mr. Moscow? Capricorn say in 2012. The state say no further question. Judge say break. Combe, Apofilo, that Sean called, say, can I start? The judge say, well, we're taking a break now. Okay, break now. Okay, they're taking a break, and I think so. We should take it too. Here we go. Okay, I'll be dropping okay, his auto book here. Let me see. I just want to do good about everybody basically following, because they follow me and I gotta follow them back. How you doing? Oh, go back now. Shoot, now, man. No, I'm not gonna go back through this here. I just got caught up right here. The state wanted to jump in there before Sean Combs, lawyer, wanted to jump in there before. Where y'all at? Let me see where my people are at. Where y'all at? Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. I am going on about my business, and I got to keep y'all up. Okay, let me see. I got that there. Y'all, this is something else. This is something else. Okay, let's go back. This here is on my wall. Let me go back here. Okay, we there. Okay, we are back. We are over here. Where we at? Why did the shade room is in here? Fine, the shade room sent me just an hour ago. This is pertaining to the shade room. Hold on a second. Where everybody at? I got to make sure that. Hold on. Okay, this is what's coming from. Okay, we got that. Where y'all at? Are we? Where everybody at? Hold on a second. Are we okay? We over here in the shade room. You guys hear me talking? Self-love, I don't know if you're over there. You hear me talking? Yeah, we over here with the shade room. I am with the shade room, and the shade room is coming up. But everybody got their different part, what they got to say about it. Let's go over now. I'm gonna bring over here on X. I'm coming to you. I'm gonna talk about what the shade room has to say. Shade room have to say about what is going on. Self-love, you can hear me? Excuse me. I'm sorry. Anybody, any of the scooters are in there? Here we go. Okay, yeah, we still hanging to. We still tough. Okay. Okay, you can still hear. Okay, you can still hear me. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm going back over here on X. I'm gonna read what the shade room have. Okay, everybody got different parts and story, but still talking about the same thing. Okay. Here we go. Shit. Here I go again. You know what I should do? Okay, here we go. Okay, the docket is up there. I got that up there. We got that. How are we doing? We are doing great. Okay, now I can go now. I don't caught up. Let me go to the shade room now. Yeah, I can go to the shade room now. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay, here we go. This is in the thread from the shade room. Fresh off in the heels of a holiday weekend, prosecutor called his next witness to the stand, Catherine Clark. Clark is the former employee of Diddy who started as Bad Boys Records in 2004. She worked for Diddy until 2020. Okay, here we go. This is all coming from the shade room. Clark said once they had, let me see. Okay. This is from an hour ago. Clark said once they arrived at Kid Cudi home, wow, Kid Cudi home, Diddy and his security guard, Ruben, entered the house through the front door. Wow, the door must be open. Clark said that she was left in the car, so she called Cassie. We got it. On her burner phone to alert her. Cassie was with Cudi at that time. Clark said Diddy came back to, hold up one second, came back to the, hold on one second. Y'all is getting good over here. Kitty, let me see, call her on the phone. The last number was on her call history. Clark, he told, this is what Clark said. This is Captain Coin, Clark. He took my phone and called the last number. You remember that Diddy and Ruben went inside Cudi house. Captain Clark had the other phone, her burner phone. She called Diddy. Diddy come back in the car and took the phone from Clark, and she said he dialed the last number that called. Then I saw Cudi drive up. Cudi had don't drive up. Okay, wait a minute, hold on, y'all, wait a minute, hold up one second. I got to make sure that we together. Make sure we got it right. I had told y'all. Then I tell you that no, Cassidy, you did that. Okay, but I didn't know Cassidy was riding in the car was riding with Cudi. Diddy, Clark was in the car when Ruben and Diddy came to Cudi house. They went to the front door. So you mean tell me y'all that safe around there in that time of that part of the damn world? Y'all don't have to lock y'all door? Okay, Clark stayed in the car. Right then, she had a burner phone. She went and called Cassidy. He's telling, hey, guess what? They over here. Sean came out to the car and took the phone from Clark and dialed the last number that she had called. The last number that she called was Cassidy's phone. And Cassidy and Cudi, they had just pulled up in the driveway. Okay. Here we go. Okay. I saw Cudi drive up. Okay, Mr. Cone saw my face and said, there is that nigga right there. Okay, wow, okay. So that was Sean says to that's when Cudi drew up, Cudi had drew in the yard, and that's when Sean said, Sean seen the look on Clark's face. And there's that nigga right there. He drove off and saw police driving the other way towards Cudi house. So right there at the time, y'all got to listen to me. But police start drawing, call it. I'm going to tell you right here. It have not been said, but I bet you Cassidy the one that called the police. Because right then at the time, the way how the Cudi was feeling, when Cassidy called him and said that they was there, Cassidy allegedly, please don't hold it to me. I bet Cassidy the one that called the police. Because you know why? Because she was scared. Because you remember the other time when Diddy left the house to go up there to Mel's diner? Cassidy started crying, say, no, don't go and do it. Don't do nothing bad. Okay, Clark calls Cassidy. Cassidy told Cudi. Cassidy the one that called the police alleged. She the one called the police. And for the police to come up behind Cudi. I'm sorry. Got it. Here we go. Now. Here we go, y'all. We getting down here. This is terrible. Okay. He drove off and saw the police driving the other way towards Cudi home. Clark testified. All this happened when we are talking right now. We working on Cudi. We working on Cudi's car. What had happened? We bouncing for the testimony, the testifying what Cudi did last week. They bouncing off with Clark to finish up exactly what happened. Okay, Clark testified. Diddy ordered her to call Cassidy and tell her that Diddy had me and would not let me go until Cassidy arrived. That's kidnapping. That's the kidnapping. Clark said Cassie agreed and asked her to pick her up. Once Clark picked Cassie up, she said then both went to Diddy's house, and he allegedly told them not. Hold on a second. Here we go. Told them not to speak to the police and asked them to convince Kid Cudi to not to tell the police he was involved in the break-in. We got it. Hold on a second. Come back here. Come back here. Y'all ain't, wait a minute. Y'all got to come back here. Y'all ain't listening to this here. They did break in the house. Sean and Ruben broke in the house. Okay. Sean did kidnap Clark. Told her to get Cassidy over here. Cassie over here. And told Cassie, you better go over there and call Cudi. Tell Cudi, don't tell the police that we broke it. Tell Cudi, don't tell the police that we broke in his house. Let's keep moving. Let's see that Cudi, Kid Cudi goes by those rules. Let's see. I'm just saying. Okay. Let me move this up a little. Okay. Okay, here we go. He allegedly told them not to speak to the police and asked them to convince Cudi not to tell the police he involved in the break-in. Okay. Diddy alleged threat to kill Kid Cudi. Okay. Capricorn, that is Clark. That's the lady. Testified about this morning testified the morning of December 22nd. December 22nd of 2011. She said that Diddy banged on her apartment door holding a firearm and asked, questions about Kid Cudi. She said Diddy was visible furious about finding out about Cudi and probably okay, here it probably oh my God. Kid and Cudi and said that get dressed. We going to kill this nigga. We are going to kill this nigga. Oh my God. Okay. Clark said she did not want to go and Diddy replied, I don't give a fuck what you want. Get dressed. Y'all there with me? Is y'all scared? Anybody scared out there? Here we go. How y'all doing today? I cannot make this here up. I'm scared. Here we go. This all took place that what Clark testified this a few minutes ago. Okay, here we go. Here we go. That damn boy said, we going to clear this nigga. All right. Well, only one can basically kill him, and then maybe like two of them was there to witness. Okay. Clark said she did not want to go. Okay. And he said that, okay, I don't give a fuck what you want. Get dressed. Clark was managed. Okay. Now this all took place. This is basically didn't take but an hour now. It's a Clark who managed Cassie image and career move. Testified she took Cassie to purchase a burner phone until she learned that Cassie was dating Kid Cudi. She said that Cassie told her about the relationship and the biggest test, which that was a bad idea because Diddy paid for both of their phones. Oh shit. That's what Clark had said. I can't make this set. Clark said that they went to Best Buy to get a new phone because she feared Cassie was going to get us all killed. Oh, shit. God damn, Lord Jesus. All right now. Let's put this up here. Okay. How did we do? Okay. And we are caught up. We are caught up. You guys, that's basically what happened so far and what is going on. Only thing I can do now, I'm working my way, identify what the shade room got and what inner city got. Shade room really went to the nitty gritty of it. Said step by step exactly what was going on and who said what. Inner city press fixed it up so it can look more pretty to me, but it was using a lot of words that I couldn't pronounce. But guess what? Shout out to the shade room. I got it right. Y'all, let's take a break. Hold on a second. Let's take a break. And meanwhile, I'm going to put it on here. Put it on something else so to entertain us for a few minutes. Woo-hoo-hoo. Let's go. Hold on a second. Let me get it here. Oh, shoot. Come on back up here. How did I do that? Come on back up here. Get back up here. Oh my God, I can't do that. Where's ScreenYard at? How did I do this here? Let me get ScreenYard. Y'all, I'm missing. Took out ScreenYard. Hold on 1 second. There we go. Let me get back over here on the board. Messed around here and took myself out. I'm entering. Let me go back in here and enter the studio. Messed around here and took myself out, y'all. Okay, where are we? Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait. I get some feedback. Hold on a second. Reload. Okay. Okay, how's it now? Okay. Something is open. Something is open. Hold on a second. Let me kill all this here. Close everything down. Going too fast. Okay, I got all that up. Here we go. Wait a minute, you guys. I'm coming. What is going on here? Okay, let me close this here. Close that. Close that. Close that. Close that. Close that. Close all. Okay, let me get back in here. Can I get in here? Hold up a second. Okay, yeah, leave.